Hi you guys, we are here for the monthly wrap up and this is actually going to be July. I think it's pretty into August or maybe even September by the time you're seeing this, but this is going to be my July wrap up. Again, I apologize, my tripod is holding on by a thread and apparently super glue wasn't good enough. But I wanted to tell you guys everything I read in July, my thoughts. We had a really good month in July, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I read 6 books and I officially hit my Goodreads goal of 12 books for the year in July. So that was exciting, which is crazy because in 2024, I read like 32 books. And then last year, I only read 2 books total throughout the whole year. It was just not a good reading year. I just had too much going on. I was not trying to read to relax. I was scrolling too much on TikTok. This year, I'm really trying to get my screen time down. So I've gone back into reading, got a huge haul of books. I'll link that video in the description. And so we are back to reading every day. And so far we're at 12 books. So we're gonna go in order of that I read them, not in order of how good they were, but we're gonna talk about all of them. So my first read of the month, I read in one day. I don't think I've ever, I mean, there might have been one other book that I read in one day, but I read this in one day because I needed to know what happened. I literally sat my butt down on the couch all day and read. I had to know how it ended. That was The Island by Natasha Preston. So The Island is about influencers who get invited to this like amusement park island, and they're basically just invited there. They think they're gonna vlog and everything, and then somebody ends up dead. And so they're on this island and they have to figure out who's killing people, how to get off the island. Like, it's very intense. It was so good. The story was like so fast paced and so riveting. I loved it. This was a 4-star read for me. There was just like the writing style wasn't a 5-star for me. It's I think it's YA. So it was just a little bit juvenile, and I didn't love, she would say things like he says this, and then like it would be the quote, and then it'd be like he says this. Or like, I forget, I should have highlighted it, but there was like a phrase that she used twice in a row that I was like, oh, somebody should have edited that because that didn't sound good. And she did that a couple times. So I didn't love the writing, but the story was so good. It was so easy, so quick, so good. I audibly gasped at the last sentence, like, and then had to tell my mom all about it. It was so good. I loved it. I loved it. There were a couple parts where I was a little bit confused because it was very much like it should have been a movie. Like, we should be able to watch that story play out on a screen. So there were a couple parts where I was a little bit disoriented and couldn't really get my bearings on like what I was seeing in the book, but it was so good. It was 4 stars for me. Highly recommend. Like I said, it would have been 5 stars if the writing was a little bit better, but I do recommend. I would pick that one up, and I'm so excited because I have another book by her on my bookshelf that I will be reading pretty soon, so I'm excited to see if I like it. Then I listened to Mile High. So I listen to podcasts throughout the day while I work from home, and the podcast that I watched was on a break, so I was like, okay, let me check out some of these audiobooks I have. And I remembered I had started Mile High like a year ago, probably over a year ago actually, because I didn't read last year, and I never finished it because I'm not an audiobook girly. Like, I think they're so valid, but I'm just not somebody who can listen and multitask. Like, I can't. I have to be able to sit and focus on what I'm reading, and I wasn't able to do that with the audiobook. But you guys, I was locked in. Mile High is about a flight attendant who is a flight attendant for like a hockey team. They're basically the same flight attendants per flight for this hockey team, and so she falls in love. And it's so good. It's just so good. You have to read it. I don't even know how to describe it. I was locked in. Dual POV audiobook. If any book should be an audiobook, oh my god, you guys, if you've read Mile High, you know. POC, we had a plus size. I mean, I was picturing her plus size. It was just that she wasn't straight size. Main character, she had curves. She was a little thicker. Like, that was up my alley. And oh my god, it was so good. I listened to it in one day. Like I said, I work from home, so it was pretty easy to listen to it in one day. But it was so good. It was also a 4-star read for me. It just wasn't 5 because it was just, I don't know, I think if I had read it with my eyes, like in a physical book, it would have been 5 stars, but it was just like a little bit hard for me to connect at certain points for it to be a 5-star. And 5-star for me is like, everybody needs to read this, everybody needs to, and I just didn't feel that way about this one. I do think I'm gonna feel that way about the rest in the series just based on the videos I've seen, but oh my god, and it's being made into a show, and I'm just obsessed. I don't own the physical copy of any of the books, and I want to read the rest physically, so I'm waiting until I've read a couple of my TBR, and then I will buy the books and finish that series. But oh my god, the first one is so good. I cannot wait to read the rest. So good, you guys. So good. I literally cried. I loved the character development. There was so much detail into each character and into the story and into just like everything. There was so much detail. I loved, like, I really felt like I knew these characters, and I just loved it. I cried. Like, the love story was so beautiful. Oh my god, loved everything about it. Like I said, there was like something missing. I don't even know what it was, but there was just something missing that didn't make it 5 stars, but it was pretty close. Okay, and then book number 3 was Misery. You guys, Misery is like all I can talk about right now. And the Misery is about an author who gets into a car accident and then he wakes up and he's in this lady's house. Okay, this lady is his #1 fan, you guys. I read Misery for the first time, and it's my first Stephen King book, so I didn't love the writing because Stephen King, like, obviously writes very uppity, like, I don't know how to say it, like, so many similes, so many analogies, so many words, girl. And I was like, okay, but the story was so good. It was so good. Stephen King is that man. Like, he is, and rightfully so, because oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. I can't even say it enough. I bought the book secondhand, and as you can see in these clips, it's like falling apart. It was very old. It was a mass print book. It was smaller than the rest of my books. So once I read it and I loved it, I was like, okay, I have to get a newer copy so that I can keep it forever, because I'm going to reread this. I love this. I'm so excited. It's staying on my bookshelf forever. So I got a newer copy, and it's still in rough shape because it was secondhand, but it's in better shape so I can keep it forever. So very excited. I finished the book, immediately watched the movie. But yeah, the book was 5 stars for me, and I highly recommend, if you want to start reading Stephen King, I definitely recommend starting with that one. Okay, number 4. I will be doing a separate video about this book also, but Happy Place by Emily Henry. I never DNF books, okay? I have like FOMO, and I'm also stubborn. So like, even if I don't like it, I will finish it. There's a book that I read that's the worst book I've ever read. It's called The Guilt Trip, and I still finished it. I have to know how it ends, because I'm like, maybe the ending makes it worth it. I couldn't finish Happy Place, and I was so bummed because I really liked People We Meet on Vacation. I really liked the movie version of it too, but Happy Place was so boring. I was like, what is happening? What am I even reading? Like, I could not understand what the point of the book was. Like, why am I reading this? I didn't feel connected. It's like how I'm feeling with Call It What You Want. I'm not feeling connected to the characters. I don't understand why I'm supposed to feel I don't understand what I'm supposed to be feeling and why I'm not feeling it. I got like 76% the way through, and I just had to stop. I got 50% of the way through, was not liking it, read something else, came back. I think I read Misery and came back, and then read like 25% more and was like, okay, I'm DNFing. And then I Googled it to see what the ending was, and I was like, yeah, I'm not reading that. Like, that's so stupid. I don't know. It was kind of a miss for me, and I'm a little bit bummed because I told you guys in my book haul that I got 3 more Emily Henry books with my haul that I got. So I'm a little bit bummed that I might not like Emily Henry, because People We Meet on Vacation, I love the movie, but the book was a 3-star for me, which 3 is like okay, but like, I'm not really gonna recommend it. I'm not really gonna like go out of my way to talk about it. But this one was like 0 stars, DNF'd. First book I've ever DNF'd, like fully DNF'd, which is crazy because like I said, I'm stubborn. Like, I have to know. Like, I'm just gonna finish it. Even if I don't want to, I'm just gonna finish it. So I'm keeping it on my bookshelf. I've marked the page that I'm on just in case I ever want to like finish it just for the sake of finishing it. But right now I'm like, I'm never picking that book up again. It was not good. I don't know. And then like, you go on Goodreads and some people are giving it like 6 stars. They're like, best book I've ever read, like, oh my goodness, like, obsessed. And I'm like, what are you obsessed with? Like, I don't know, I'm missing it. The friends were annoying, the main characters were like, I wasn't vibing. I don't know. But then after that, I was like, okay, I need something that I'm actually gonna enjoy, so I need a drink. Taking a little water break, and I thought I'd show you. I have Survive the Night by Riley Sager on my water bottle because that was one of my favorites. Also, I like the cover. It was one of my favorites. I did not expect the ending, you guys. I might reread that one because what the heck. Okay, so I was like, I need something that I know I'm gonna like. So I read the third book of the Housemaid series right here behind me. I had read the first two years ago, and then I was like, okay, I need to just finish the series. I think I was like partly holding on to it, like I didn't want to finish it, and I also just like didn't have the book. Once I went through that giant haul, I knew it was one I had to grab. So I was like, okay, let's read it. Y'all, it was 3 stars for me. It was really good. I wouldn't like say you need to read it. I know a lot of people say online like it adds nothing to the story, like it's not even worth reading, blah blah blah. I feel like it was worth reading. I personally really loved Millie and her husband's relationship, so I wanted to see what their future looked like, and so I was really excited to see them together as a family. And this one was about, she like has a family. It's like 15 years later after everything, the first 2 books, and she's got a family, she's got kids, she's got her husband. They move into this nice house in this neighborhood, and the neighbor's weird, and the neighbor has a maid who's weird, and there's a neighbor across the street who's like super nosy, and something's gonna happen, right? So it sounded good to me, and I like the characters already, so I was like, okay, bet. The book was just so good. Like I had no idea where it was going, and I didn't even know up until the end. The only thing was like it just wasn't as good as the other 2, so that's why I gave it 3 stars instead of 4. But it was still pretty good. I think if you've read the first one, you should definitely read the second one. I loved the second one, but if you have read those, then you might as well read the third. I do think it's like a nice little cap on the story, and it's very full circle at the end with Millie's life, and I thought it was really good. I thought it was beautifully done. I didn't think it was amazing, but it was good part of the story. Like if this had been one book with the rest, like I would have been like, yeah, that was good. That ended really good. Nice little bow on top. Like I liked it. Okay, and the number 6 book that I read was Anatomy of an Alibi, which in my haul I talked about how I had read First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston, and then Anatomy of an Alibi I didn't even realize was by the same author until I started reading it. I was like, this cover looks same vibes, and then I saw it was the same author. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm so excited because I loved First Lie Wins. First Lie Wins was like a 6-star read for me, like 5 stars for sure, but like if I could give it 6 stars, I would. So I was very excited to read Anatomy of an Alibi. It is about 2 women who are helping each other. They like swap identities for a night to help each other. We don't know what they're helping with. One of them is like got a dark past, and you're trying to figure out like what's going on. And one of the characters, somebody ends up dead. These 2 women had switched identities that night, so it's like who done it. And I'll give you guys like a full review of it in another video, but it was 4 stars for me. It was amazing. It was just as good, like the ending and everything was just as good as First Lie Wins. The only thing is there were too many characters. I could not keep up with who was who. There were like 15 characters, and the POVs would change between characters, and then also the POV would change, and the time would in the timeline would change. So like they would go back and forth, but then also changing characters at the same time. So it was like, it was just too much. I felt like, oh my god, I can't keep up with what's happening. Like there's too much going on. But the story was really good, so it got 4 stars for me. So we had 3 4 stars, a 5 star, a DNF, and a 3 star. I read 4 mysteries and 2 romance. 1 I didn't finish, but the romance I did read was amazing, and I'm so happy with it. So that was my July wrap up. I hope you like rambly videos, because that's what you're going to be getting from me on this channel. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys pick up some of these reads, because I highly recommend The Island, Mile High, Misery for sure. Read the book, don't watch the movie, and Anatomy of an Alibi. Housemaid Is Watching, if you've read the first 2, read the 3rd one. I feel like you'd really enjoy it. If you're like me, you like a nice little wrapped up, not a happy story, but feel like a conclusion. I feel like you'd really enjoy it. Subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys for the next video.